The undercard of Rios Alvarado 2.
He has a lot of great amateur experience, which also makes him a threat in any division, whether he's lightweight or junior lightweight. So I really like the kid. I think he's a great prospect. I'm looking forward to big things from him. He's a guy that we have never seen, but he can't be too bad of a fighter.
Yeah, that's right. This dovetails with what Canelo Alvarez constantly tells us in fighter meetings, that he has 9 more fights than he's been given credit for in Mexico, when you consider that Alvarez's record at age 21 is already the record of a 30-year-old fighter.
The question is, of course, like with any up-and-coming prospect come contender, is how does he take a punch, how does he deal with adversity, etc.
60 world title fights, a couple of which were controversial. His dad, Dick Cole, has overseen the regulation of boxing in Texas.
Ooh, Sanabria catches him with a left hook.
Twice. And Crawford took him pretty good.
He did, but that's impressive because Crawford's a good defensive fighter.
Crawford switches southpaw and gets hit again with the Sanabria left hand, this time a jab. Now right to the body by Sanabria, who has...
I told you before, I didn't think Sanabria came here to lay down. He's not a bad fighter.
Not exactly the same, but one of the belt holders in the division, Miguel Vasquez, is also a long, kind of tricky fighter.
Lomas de Sotelo, or Querétaro, or Tepic. But these are places I couldn't find on the map. And in each instance, he has fought there.
Able to land 2 flush left hooks in this round on Terence Crawford's face.
First time we've ever seen that.
Back in the day when Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. was closing in on what ultimately became 93 consecutive wins, the Sanabria's wins couldn't have come against cab drivers because those towns aren't big enough to have cabs.
A lot of competition down in Mexico. They take boxing very seriously.
And it's been a very competitive second round. There's a good right hand by Crawford. It's missed with the left hook following up. But Sanabria tries to land every single time that Crawford touches him. CompuBox numbers in round 2. Crawford 13 of 42 and Sanabria 12 of 43. In other words, virtually identical. But those 2 eye-catching left hooks early in the round by Sanabria.
Not the ideal opponent for Crawford, meaning a rising star who's a boxer and a counterpuncher ideally would have a guy coming towards him looking to initiate offense. Instead here, Crawford has a puzzle he needs to figure out. And the puzzle's fighting back.
Yeah, it's a good thing for Crawford, though. This is the type of activity he needs to see
before it becomes somewhat nondescript after the departure of Adrian Broner to move all the way up to 147 for his upcoming fight with Paulie Malignaggi. So there's room there for a star to emerge, and Crawford is hoping that he's the guy.
He looks...
They're trading some really good body shots, too.
Fight is really picking up tempo as they trade body shots, as Roy points out. And Crawford is trying to take the initiative and lands a straight right hand and a left hook that wobbled Sanabria momentarily.
As we saw in the Prescott fight, Crawford may be a boxer, but he's got a meanness in him, Jim.
Now Sanabria scores a rally. Turns things around with the uppercut.
Throws a pretty good punch. That's Sanabria. But yes, Terence Crawford takes a really good punch. Good move by Crawford.
Didn't know that we'd find that out tonight.
This fight has gone into the microwave since a fairly clinical round 1. Well, Crawford looks at the body, but then throws upstairs.
He wants...
In the third round, 47%. That's a good outfit. Sanabria, 9 of 29 power shots of his own.
Jim, after 3 rounds, I have it 29-28 for Crawford. First round, Crawford was too quick, too sharp. Second round, Sanabria edged him with the bigger shots, but Crawford came back strong in round 3, so I have Crawford up by 1 point.
I agree with that. That said, but Crawford's also run into a few himself.
Yeah, but the only thing you don't like is how hard Sanabria is breathing. He's breathing really hard early in this fight, and against a top-notch fighter, you don't want to find yourself breathing this hard in round 3.
Wound up pulling the punch because he realized he was about to hit him in the cup.
And if Crawford will go to the body here, he may find out a little bit about Sanabria.
Good double right hand to the body by Crawford as they were coming out of that clinch.
And what he found out about Sanabria is he punches back. Sanabria caught him with the right hand out of it.
Oh, good uppercut.
Interesting variety of punches from both fighters. Sanabria lands a straight left hand, or excuse me, a straight right hand down the pipe. Crawford has dispensed with the counterpunching here, is taking over and leading, assaulting Sanabria, trying to make a statement as round 4 progresses.
Oh, good body shot by Crawford. He's breathing awful hard. When a guy's breathing that hard, that doesn't seem like a guy who wants to outwork his opponent. He wants to try to get a knockout. However, Crawford has taken over this fight somewhat because now he's out in front and starting to hit Sanabria with the lead pot shots.
Right,
now
this
Crawford
is a different...
and he switches southpaw here, something he did with great effect against Greatest Prescott. He may be doing it here for an entirely different reason. And you heard...
He's good defensively partly because he's not scared to get hit like that. In boxing parlance, he's not a scary fighter. He tries to stay responsible, but not so much that he's out of the pocket and causing dull action.
Crawford 20-0 with 15 knockouts. Good body shots there.
He said he wouldn't be gunning for a knockout tonight, but could have fooled me. Looks like he's gunning for 16 right here.
Good body work by Crawford in the mix of this combination as well.
And that's what I mean about being a good defensive fighter. Sanabria is throwing whistling straight right hands right down the pike, is moving his head and taking some risks.
Takes a right hand.
Like something's wrong with his nose or something. I don't
Exactly.
know.
Like there's a guy tattooing him with both hands to the body, maybe.
Usual to see a guy constantly gulping as he does.
Yeah, I just think I'm not used to seeing a guy fight and breathe this hard like this.
Stop! 31 overall, 35%, pretty good percentage. And Sanabria is 51 of 219. Respectable.
Right behind you. 5, 8.
And Lawrence Cole is going to stop the fight.
Good stoppage. Sanabria couldn't stay steady on his feet.
Here you see Crawford hit Sanabria with a beautiful lead right hand, but it was followed by a good shot to the head right here that I think is going to hurt more so than anything else. That shot. Then he came back and threw it again, the double left hook. And I think those shots had Sanabria in the...
Roy Jones, you've taken a page out of your book here.
Yeah, he went with the jab like he was coming with a lead jab. The kid reached for the jab, and he came around the right hand with a left hook, a beautiful left hook. Hard punch for a guy to stop.
You see the grin emerging on Crawford's face as he watches Sanabria somersaulting on the floor and realizes he may be on the verge of the KO. Here, another look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 17 seconds into round number 6. The winner by knockout victory. He is still undefeated from Omaha, Nebraska, USA. Terence Crawford.